Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm your instructor Joy. Let me first play a tune for you. This was a little exercise from Schradieck, specifically under Roman number 3, exercises on 2-string number 7. I thought this little excerpt of exercise from Schradieck and exactly what we need when it comes to training the fourth finger extension. Fourth finger in general is one of the topics that comes up a lot. It gives all of us a lot of headache because we have to work with these weak and short fingers. But often when it comes to difficult job, such as stretching our hand or reaching further apart, it often has to do with the pinky. So it's important to know how to control those, how to be able to stretch your fourth finger without injuring your own hand. But before we start, I would like to thank you all for your kind emails, questions, comments, sending me donations here and also on my Patreon page, booking lessons with me, all your kind ideas. I really appreciate. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I'm getting a little late with answering all your comments or questions. I'll try my best to answer all your questions, but if I'm a little late, please be patient with me. I'll try to do as fast as I can. So fourth finger extension is one of the tricky one because let me start first with a common mistake. We think we just have to stretch that one. But so if I put all my hand just normally, just like which is normal for first, second, and third finger, if I try to stretch pinky, this is as far as I get. And I have to stretch all my fingers so much so it's flat and I can't really vibrate. Because in order to vibrate, I need to have a little curved finger joint because this is what is required in order to have a vibrato motion. Then, it's hard enough to play just normal fourth finger, let's say D and E. Now, we start learning how to extend just a little half step. Sorry. Which is something called minor third, interval of minor third. But this specific exercise goes beyond that. It's one of the wider interval. You have to go D to F sharp. This is called major third. It's quite wide. So normally we play with a 1 and 3. But we're trying to play with a 3 and extend the fourth finger. Now, how do we do that? So first, try to release the tension of your hand by lifting up certain finger. I mean, ideally, if you can just go from 0 to 4, that would be the best because there's nothing holding us. We just can stretch wherever you go. But in this case, we have to play 3-4 and 3-4 extended. This is what it causes our problem. But even though our hand is somewhat imprisoned because we have to leave our third finger down, we can lift up other fingers such as 1 and 2. And once you start lifting the other fingers that's inactive, you will soon see a little release of the left hand tension, which will allow the pinky to be a little more free and get a little more support. That should be the first one. So when you're doing 3-4 or even 2-4, whichever finger you do not use, try to lift up. And then you will soon see you have a better control. Lift up 1 and 2. Then you will soon see same thing here. Lift 1 and 2 because we're using only 3 and 4. Like that. Yeah, that's first way. Second one, common mistake that I see is we're trying to keep our left hand in one way and just trying to stretch further. Now when you look at that one, the farthest I can go with a pinky or with fourth finger extension is this one because I stretch all I can and my finger cannot go any further. So if I can practice all I want, but I'm not gonna reach the F sharp. This is as far as I can go with this fixed left hand position. So, which means we have to come up with an alternative solution. Instead of keeping our hand in such position, see if we can move our hand to support the fourth finger, because fourth finger has a limit of how far it can go. In order to bring fourth finger this far, we have to bring our hand. Now, we cannot bring entire hand because we have to leave third finger on in this case. So here what you have to do, you have to do a little rocking motion, meaning you have to anchor your third finger and then you try to shift or try to move the weight of the third finger onto pinky. A little like rocking. You should feel like a little rocking movement going back and forth. Anchor your third finger, feel the weight of the third finger hanging on the neck and see if you can go move the weight of the third finger onto the pinky and back. Like this. You should feel some kind of rocking motion. And not only, you should be able to reach quite far. At the same time, it releases the finger pressure of the third finger, which will help to support the fourth finger, not only in tune, but also a little articulated left finger. That is crucially important. Now, imagine yourself, you want to step. So when we're just simply walking, we do left step and right and left and right. But we do not keep the weight in the middle of the body and just push our legs. What we do is we put a weight on the left foot, and when we change from left foot, right foot, we change away from left foot to the right, and then on and on like that, right? So I'm exaggerating a bit. Similar motion is happening. So you're basically moving the finger away from 3 to 4 by rocking your finger. Yeah, here, so lift up unnecessary fingers such as 1 and 2, and then you can reach quite far. Yeah, and then you might see the wrist sticking out, but you have to be careful. The sticking wrist is not the cause of successful extension of the fourth finger. It is just end result of this extension. So some people think I just need to stretch the wrist and therefore I'm gonna be able to stretch fourth finger, but the order is wrong. So we're stretching pinky by bringing our hand towards the pinky, by rocking our hand, moving the one weight from the third finger to the pinky, and as a result of it, we have the wrist sticking out like that. And this Schradieck exercise on 2 strings number 7 is great because it starts normal position, the first position, and goes right away, and then move on. Just helping us to neutralize our left hand. But instead of going all 2 measures entire exercise, just stay on those 2 grooves back and forth until you are satisfied, such as until you feel completely free, then on and on like that. It does not have to be only A and D string, it can be on E, G, and even higher positions. The reason the fourth finger extension practicing is the best in the first position is because the distance is the largest. The fourth finger is the hardest when it comes to first position. That is why for all levels, when it comes to fourth finger extension, it's the best way to start in the first position, and then you can adapt the same one and you can practice in high or middle high or the low position. That would work well. Yeah, I hope this video gave you some ideas, and I hope you can try to train your fourth finger without injuring yourself. A lot of violinists tend to forcefully stretch it and therefore sometimes get injured. And you have to understand you're working with your body. Muscles are fragile, so when something doesn't feel right, when you have a sharp pain especially, make sure you stop and see what is wrong, which one you can change it to get rid of the pain, or simply just giving a break can also be helpful. Yeah, I hope this gave you some ideas, and I hope these tips were helpful. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again. Bye bye.